why nerves are the secret sauce of public speaking, and how to maximize their presence. Hello, I'm Malcolm Cox and welcome to Tuesday Teaching Tips episode 129, and this is the third of a four-part series on how to deal with nerves. How to make nerves our friend, how to turn them from our enemy into the thing that gives us the excitement to sharpen our performance to be the best we can be in our speaking. Now, if you haven't heard the previous two episodes, I'd recommend you go back and listen to those because they set the groundwork and the context for what we're talking about today. So that's episode 127, which deals with the nerves in the preparation phase, and episode 128, which deals with the nerves just before we get up to speak. And today we're talking about what happens when we get a little overwhelmed with our nerves in the middle of a presentation. You're up there, you're talking, you're giving your talk, you're talking, and so on, and then all of a sudden you feel that tidal wave of emotion, of nervousness that you feel is going to overwhelm you, and you just want to run off stage as rapidly as possible and hide. You've had that feeling? I certainly have. What do we do in that situation? Well, here are my tips, and then I'd like to know what yours are. Number one, when you feel that coming on, pause. Pause. Take a sip of water, or just pause. Let there be a few seconds silence. As speakers, we tend to feel we need to fill the silence. There shouldn't be any silence. But if you understand public speaking, you know that gaps, pauses, silences can be some of the most powerful and effective tools that you've got to get your point across. Pauses are helpful. Comedy is all about timing, and pauses are part of that. All kinds of public speaking need pauses. And the fact that you've paused, even though it's because of nervousness and you may think people will notice, it's very likely that people will simply think you've paused because you want them to pay attention. Often, when we pause, what happens is people lean forward a bit more. Wonder what's coming next. Rather than we think people will lose, we will lose their connection and attention. Now, the pause is too long, yes. If they're too frequent without a purpose, yes. But the odd pause, even just because of nerves, actually can be useful. So don't be afraid to pause and take a sip of water or something like that, and then move on. And in that pause moment, as well as perhaps having some water, you could pray. Pray a silent prayer. God, save me right now. God, feed me with the strength I know. God, remind me of what I'm trying to say and what the point is. God, give me the confidence I need. God, give me the faith I need, and have the confidence that God hears you and listens and wants to help you. He's glad you're up there. He's grateful that you've taken the time and energy to prepare something to say on his behalf, so trust that he will help you. But pause and pray in that moment, and I dare say you will find the strength to continue rather than run away. Those are some thoughts. Now, what else can we do? Yes. The other thing that I often do is look for a friendly face. When I'm feeling that sense of nervousness, I look out into the group and I look for someone with a friendly, positive face. One of the places I speak regularly is Thames Valley, the Thames Valley Churches of Christ. And one of the faces, if I really need a friendly face that I'll look for, is Harry Patel. My friend Harry always has an eager, positive, upbeat face. He's always sitting up, paying attention, making notes, really listening to what I have to say. I feel very humbled by that, but I know that if I'm a bit stuck, a bit lost, a bit anxious, if I look at him, that will reassure me. I'll bet you have someone like that where you speak regularly. And even if you don't speak there regularly, if you look around, there'll be somebody. In any crowd, there's always somebody who's going to give you their undivided, unconditional, positive attention. Find that person when you're feeling a little overwhelmed and nervous, and that will get you back on track. Pause, pray, take a drink, look for the positive face, and you will find your way through those awful, difficult moments of overwhelming nervousness. So that's my thoughts. What do you think? What helps you to get through those moments when you're in the midst of a lesson? I'd love to know. So leave a comment wherever you see this recording. Leave it publicly so that we can learn from each other, because we learn best when we learn in community. If you can think of somebody who would benefit from this recording, please do pass the link on to them. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I do hope that between now and the next time that you have a terrific Tuesday and a wonderful week. Take care and God bless.